This one's pretty cool. This is MAYZ, and I did this interview back in October of 2022 when we met up with Diego and Fede at Rare Bloom and CNFTCon. And this one here is primarily about building indexes in the Cardano ecosystem. So it could be an index of a bunch of wrapped assets, or a bunch of assets wrapped into the portfolio, I should say. And it could include anything such as all of the meme coins on the Cardano blockchain. And users can buy a portion of that particular portfolio and have a share in it. So if that ecosystem goes up or down, the index fund gets exposure to that movement for the entire ecosystem itself. Now, MAYZ are doing this in a really interesting way using their MAYZ protocol and their MAYZ token all around it. So you yourself can be a fund manager and create your own index fund on the protocol itself. So it's a really interesting mechanism of how to do it. Now, since recording this interview, the MAYZ team have launched an ISPO. You can check out the details for that down below. You can stake your ADA to their MAYZ pool and earn some of these MAYZ tokens to be a part of their ecosystem. They've also done a whole bunch of other updates as well. So please check out their latest Twitter tweets and also their blog posts on Medium as well to find out everything that they're doing on the protocol itself. Now, I have to apologize. It did take a while to get this one out. We were doing it outside. There's a lot of background noise and we're walking as well. And who would have thought the sound of stepping on leaves was so annoying and so loud? It took a very long time to filter them all out, but hopefully you guys don't notice any of that. Yeah, that's right. I really care about audio quality. Sometimes I do stuff it up, but majority of the time I get it pretty much spot on. Okay, let's get into this interview.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debate.
I have Diego joining me to talk about another interesting project. We had Diego and Fede on to talk about Rats DAO, but this one here is MAYZ, and I don't know anything about it. We're going to discover everything that we need to know. So, Diego, welcome back to the podcast.
Thank you. Thank you so much for inviting us.
Yeah, and we're here back in Denver, Colorado. We just finished the Rare Bloom Summit, and we can actually get out and enjoy the sun now as well.
Yes, it's a pretty nice day.
Yep.
So we are enjoying this interview in this amazing weather.
So what is MAYZ? You tell me.
Well, MAYZ is a protocol that will enable its members to provide financial services in a non-custodial, decentralized, and permissionless way.
Okay, financial services. It sounds like the whole DeFi thing that we want. So what exactly is it? What's different about it?
Well, MAYZ has two differences. The first one is the specific financial service we will provide that will be like a fund manager. We are going to allow our community to become a fund managers in a decentralized way and provide the financial service or creating a fund. For example, a Cardano index fund.
Right, okay. So when this is how it normally works in regular TradeFi. So we have superannuation, that's what it's called in Australia. I think it's 501k or something in the US. I don't know what it is, but it's like an index of the various top 200 or so shares in that country, and people just put money to invest in a share of that portfolio. Is that what you're doing?
Yes, it's exactly that. So you can say, like, for example, the first index is going to be the Cardano index, like an S&P.
Yep.
You know, so instead of, as an investor, start buying in different projects and doing your own research, you can invest in a well-diversified portfolio that is being managed by a technical team. That's the idea.
Right, okay. So you said managed by a technical team. So you have various people that control what particular tokens are in the portfolio?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
In the first portfolio, is going to be a passive investment. So it's not like we are making a lot of decisions about investing, but we are trying to follow the whole Cardano ecosystem, bringing as many tokens as possible. Of course, we have some criteria to choose those tokens,
okay.
But that is a passive investment that, for you to have an idea, represents more than 80% of the traditional finance is passive investment.
Wow, I did not realize. So I guess with all these like insurance policies, superannuation, like what's called in Australia, they just put it into those index funds. Is that what they do?
Yes. Actually, it is proven in finance that it doesn't make any sense to invest in active investment strategies because, in general, you cannot beat the market. So we are not looking to beat the market, just trying to be very close to the Cardano ecosystem and try to bring exposure to that ecosystem in a fully way.
Yep.
That's one of the first product of this protocol.
All right. Well, you make it sound extremely easy. Like, so for anyone that doesn't know what's happening in the Cardano ecosystem, they can just pick this index fund. What they do? Put like ADA to the asset or something?
Yes.
Yep.
The idea is that you as an investor invest some ADA and you get tokens that represent a proportion of the portfolio.
Yeah, kind of like a giant liquidity pool or something?
Yes, something like a liquidity pool. Actually, quite like a liquidity pool because those tokens that you receive are a claim on the treasury, on that basket of assets. So if you want, you can retrieve the token and actually get the assets of that fund, like in any DEX.
You mean the actual asset of like Min tokens or Sunday tokens? Right, okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Of course, for most investors, that won't make any sense because they don't want to hold the whole portfolio. The main idea is that you rely on a fund manager that is incentivized to create a good portfolio.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
So if I wanted to exit out of it at some point in time in the future, I could just trade it back for a USD stablecoin or something. Okay.
Yes, but besides it, there's going to be a secondary market for the tokens. So you can go to a secondary market, just sell the LP token.
Sounds so easy.
It does. That's the main idea.
It does make it a lot easier for people that have absolutely no idea what they're doing. They can just pick something, passively get into the crypto markets and then just start playing around with it.
Yes, that's the idea, is to make it easy for a foreign investment. And in the future, if we have a non-Cardano user, these LP tokens will be traded in other chains. Not at first, but in the future, our idea is to have a cross-chain protocol.
Interesting. All right. Okay. How is the development of this going to work? Like, it sounds like quite a simple structure because it's just one pool at the moment. So you just have one smart contract or something. And who's developing it?
Well, actually, it's going to be an infrastructure. That's why MAYZ is a protocol.
Yeah.
And Cardano Index is just one pool of that protocol. The protocol will allow the community to create as many pools as they want.
Okay.
And in order to do that, they have to stake the MAYZ token, which is going to be an utility token. In order for you to provide the service, you need to stake the token. And that's a way to decentralize. And for example, let's say you are a fund manager in traditional finance and you want to provide your services into Web3, you can do that using the protocol.
Right. Okay. So I might want to start up my own protocol fund around meme coins.
Yes.
Yep, I can do that, and I need to use the MAYZ tokens to start that. So it will cost a certain amount to actually make the fund, and then I can put whatever I want based on how good or how knowledgeable I am in the industry.
Yes, of course.
Oh.
And if you are a good manager, a lot of investors will invest in your portfolio, and you will earn some rewards from those assets under management.
Yep.
They will pay a fee, and this fee is going to be distributed among the stakers on that pool, because any pool will have a stake from the fund manager, but also can have stakes from other MAYZ holders. So you can say, okay, this is a very good looking pool. I want to stake my MAYZ. I don't want to be fund manager or anything like that, but I bet on that pool. So I can delegate my MAYZ into that pool, and I will also earn some rewards from the asset under management from that pool.
Okay, so are the rewards in MAYZ or rewards from the liquidity pool tokens, LP tokens?
The rewards won't be in MAYZ. Probably they will be in ADA.
Right, yep.
Because MAYZ is only the token you need to stake and to provide the right incentive for you to be a good manager. If you want to make a fund, you have to invest.
Yes.
The first figure is 5 million MAYZ for fund that we are, and then the DAO, because this protocol will have a DAO, may decide to raise that amount, to decrease it, That will be up to the DAO.
And so that's the fund manager. They need the MAYZ tokens, 5 million at the moment.
Yes.
I'll work out the price, how much it is later. But for a user to stake, are they staking the MAYZ token as well, or they're staking ADA into the portfolio?
Will be staking MAYZ.
MAYZ. Okay, cool. So MAYZ is the whole ecosystem token for it. Okay,
Yes.
cool. So I'm understanding the utility for it. Okay, excellent.
And there is one role more, which is the escrow. Besides the fund manager, that is the one that will parameterize, work with the parameters of the smart contract, like saying, okay, I will have this token, and in that proportion, for example, there is an escrow. The escrow will be the one that interact with the smart contract in behalf of the investor. So if you are an investor, you want to invest 10,000 ADA into one pool,
Yep.
you don't have to go to the pool. You go to an escrow, and the escrow do the heavy lifting of interacting with the pool and give you the LP tokens. And of course, it will have a reward for that job. For being an escrow, you also need to stake MAYZ. So MAYZ is a token that allows you to provide some services among the protocol.
Okay, so what is the benefit of being the escrow, or going to an escrow? What do they do it for you? I don't understand that mechanism.
What do you have to do when you go to an LP token?
Yeah.
Or a regular one? You have to deposit 50% in one token and 50% in another token.
Gotcha. Okay.
While here is going to be a full portfolio. So you will need to deposit each of the tokens because the money is always collateralized with the tokens.
Yes.
So the escrow will do the heavy lifting or deposit any token.
Gotcha.
And
okay.
and get the LP token from the smart contract and give it that to the investors.
Okay, you said any token just then for the escrow. Do you mean any Cardano native token for the portfolio?
Yes, not. Of course, this will be like a sample.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's not going to be any token. Will be the most important tokens
Yep.
that allow us to represent as best as possible
Yep.
the Cardano ecosystem.
Okay. All right. So what's the timeline like? This sounds complicated. It sounds like there is a bit of development behind it.
A lot of work.
Especially when you're allowing other portfolio managers to
Yes.
come in and do all this. There's not just the coding the smart contract. You've got user interfaces you have to do. You have to do all those different aspects as well as the DAO and everything around that. It's a large project. And so what's the timeline? How are you going to build it all?
Well, first of all, we're going to have a first version in which only the DAO will be able to manage funds. Mm-hmm. So in the first version of the protocol, there won't be other manager funds. That will be in the second version. So we are going step by step.
Yeah.
The first version is we are planning to be deployed by the first quarter of next year, something like that.
Yep.
And after that, we will start with one fund, and later on the year, we'll make the upgrades to allow other fund managers to start staking and do the whole thing.
I guess it's a proof of concept to make sure it works first. Yes. Okay.
Actually, yes.
And what about the smart contract audits and all that? So that people got to feel secure that they're interacting with this. You've got enough funding to get the smart contract audits done?
Well, we have some funding from friends and family right now.
Yep.
And basically, what we are doing is developing the smart contracts. The first version, of course, which will have some limited features, but the basics. This first version is going to prove us the market fit of the product, of the service of Virgo, and then if everything is okay, we will move on a second investment with an open sale.
Yeah.
That will bring us more capital to deploy the whole infrastructure that is needed.
Gotcha. Okay. Looking forward to that open sale then. It sounds like a very interesting platform. What about competition? Because this sounds like very familiar to other ones that I've heard about recently.
Well, so far, from the protocol perspective, there is no competition, at least as far as I know. But the product will have competitors because the product is a financial product. So it will be provided by different platforms, some centralized, some decentralized, like MAYZ.
Yeah.
And that's just fine because we need redundancy in a decentralized world. So for us, it's okay to have competition, and we are eager to benefit from that competition.
I'm also excited about your cross-chain vision in there as well. Like, in the Cardano ecosystem, we are quite small, really. And the DeFi ecosystem in Cardano is very small at the moment. So to grow that cross-chain and pull in liquidity from elsewhere is very exciting. Have you looked into any part of that roadmap yet?
Well, we've been thinking a lot about this. First of all, as you has mentioned, we know that one of the problems of Cardano is the low TVL. So in order to increase that, we have this vision of bringing capital from other networks without have to do the complexities of moving across chains, learning how to use another wallet, start knowing the different projects,
all the bridges as well.
The bridges is exhausting, all of that. But that would be like the V3 version 3. Because the first one is going to be just the DAO proposing one fund. The second one will open that to other fund managers, and in the third phase we will do the cross chain.
Yeah.
So we are giving time to the cross chain infrastructure to develop a bit more secure.
Yeah.
Right now it's very early,
so
we cannot go faster than the rest of the industry. So we will have to wait a little bit.
Okay, very exciting. It's I like this product. It overall sounds very complex, but for the end user that doesn't know much, I think it's a really good product so that they can get a foot in the door in the crypto industry. That if they can go through and just interact with the escrow and then be able to get some exposure in an LP token for a big Cardano native token portfolio, it makes sense. The only thing I'm worried about is for all these fund managers, how are they going to get the liquidity into these portfolios? Getting people's trust to put in like millions and millions of dollars of liquidity, which is usually what you need for these funds to be successful, is always hard. So how are you going to attract that?
Well, first of all, the whole protocol is non-custodial, so the funds are never going to be in the hands of the manager.
Yeah.
It's not like you have the risk for the money to be stolen.
I like that approach. It's very important, not like other ones that have fallen apart.
Because the fund manager, the only thing he can do is to adjust a few parameters of the smart contract. That's all he can do. That's first of all. Second of all, of course, this is a protocol. At a protocol level, I don't mind about how commercially the fund manager are going to advertise their service. It's not a problem from the protocol perspective. Of course, as a business, it is.
Yes.
And I think the way in which we are working is proven to be a success in Ethereum, because in Ethereum there's a lot of protocols that are decentralized and a lot of protocols that are not so decentralized. For example, MakerDAO is a well decentralized protocol, and we are looking to become something like that.
Right.
So the main idea for us is to provide the tools for the community to provide services without to be in charge of the money or has to deal with those risks. So I guess time will come. We'll see how much market fit we do with the first fund, which is quite basic. To have an S&P for Cardano is like a no-brainer. But then the creativity of the community will bring different protocols, different funds, and we'll see. I don't know.
Okay. Exciting. I do think a little bit of marketing around that will be needed, so heavy marketing, so people can start using it and interacting with it. Is there anything like this in other protocols?
No. Exactly like this. No, there is of course some project. There is someone called PyDAO.
Yeah.
We do something similar, but they do it in another way. In this way, what we bring to the table is a non-custodial protocol that allow the community to provide a service by having the right incentives to do that. And I think that is not unique from the general perspective, but in Cardano there is nothing like that right now. Mm-hmm. And specifically, this project has not other already product like we have something to fork or something like that. No, we came up with this with our own minds. I've been in the field for 4 years. I have a podcast. I've been studying a lot of protocols. Well, so the idea come from us. Yeah. Of course, it was inspired in the rest of the ecosystem, that's for sure.
Okay, amazing. I love this one. I'm going to watch it.
Amazing.
Is that where you got it from? Yeah, okay, all right. I love it. Where can people find out more information? Where can they follow your progress and development, or and even participate in the DAO, the Decentralized Autonomous Organization?
Everybody's invited to be a member.
Yeah.
To be a member, the only need to have is the token. Right now, the token is not already minted. We are minting some NFTs that will give you in the future some tokens, but right now there's no token. We are just getting started.
Okay.
Well, I will give you this. This is a gift from
Cool.
MAYZ
Yep.
to you, Pete.
All right, what is it?
This is dulce de leche. That's a fine product from Argentina. It's very nice. We just gave one of these to Charles.
Oh,
So
all right. So
you are in that category.
I'm on that same level.
Yes,
Right,
the same
okay.
level.
All right. This is
So-
beautiful. Thank you so much for this.
You're welcome.
It's going to put some calories on me, I think.
Yes, probably, but it will bring you some joy also.
Beautiful. Absolutely awesome. How do I eat it? Do I put on bread or something? Or
Well, yes, you can do it with bread, like butter
Yeah.
and this, or in some chocolate muffin, something like that. Chocolate and this is
Right, okay.
Excellent.
Definitely
Beautiful.
calories. All right.
yes.
Diego, amazing. Thank you so much for the gift, and good luck with building the protocol as well.
Thank you.
I'll put all the links in the show notes for everyone, so if you want to find out more, you can do so. Just look down below, and maybe a link to this as well if you're interested in finding more about the Dolce Leche.
Dulce de leche. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
very good.
Okay, awesome.
Well,
Thank you. Now, thank you so much for listening all the way to the end. If you really enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. Give me that thumbs up, click subscribe, click the notification bell. It really does wonders for the YouTube algorithm. It really helps promote the channel as well. That's the easiest thing you can do. We also have merchandise. We have NFT sale coming up very, very soon around the Cardano Press ecosystem. So a lot of ways that you guys can help and support the channel and everything that we do around the Learn Cardano ecosystem. But that's it for this video. Make sure you check out the show notes down below and everything else at learncardano.io. I'll see you in the next video.
Yeah, gotta do it like that. You've been listening to the Learn Cardano podcast. Gotta get it hype. Crypto is what we like, but this is not investment or financial advice. Gotta do your research, cause it's risky. We know it is. This show is educational and it's informative. Crypto's the future, really, it ain't no debate.